I've been researching what makes runners faster, and not just quick fixes, but fundamental changes that will lead to lasting results. I've explored books, YouTube videos and articles, and I've analysed my training over the past 5 years to look at training approaches that I've overlooked in my own training. And if I'd used these techniques over the past year, I would be a faster runner today. And for the next year, I'm going to actively work on incorporating these techniques into my training to hopefully improve my speed. The first technique is strides. Strides are 15-second hard efforts with a 1 to 2 minute recovery in between. And the idea is to condition your body to running at that harder pace. And I've never really incorporated strides into my training, so over the next year, 3 times a week, I'm going to do strides at the end of my easy runs, 5 to 10 minutes of strides. So another area I've neglected in the past is strength and conditioning. Professional runners spend as much time in the gym as they do running. So this year I'm going to make a concerted effort that every week I will do multiple gym sessions. The aim will be to encourage muscle growth and hopefully avoid injury. In 2 weeks I will be running my first marathon PB attempt in 4 years. And if I compare my current weight with my race weight from 4 years ago, I'm about 10 kilos heavier. And I'm not saying I'm overweight, but I'm definitely not a lean runner. And I know that just by simply improving my diet, I could probably lose about 10 kilos of excess body fat. And that could make a huge difference for me in terms of my speed. Like, just imagine running a marathon with a 10-kilogram dumbbell in your backpack. So I've never really focused on specificity in my training. Even in the last 6 months, where I've really increased the intensity of my speed sessions, I've just been following the sessions run by the club every week. And I know that one of the biggest weaknesses of my running is my high-end speed. So I would get a lot of benefit from focusing on improving my top-end speed for distances like 3K and 5K. But more than that, if I'm training for a marathon, I want to do more marathon-paced sessions to condition myself for that specific event. And similarly, if I'm training for a 5K, I'm going to want to do 1K repeats at my target 5K pace. So spending a lot more time thinking about why I'm doing certain sessions. What am I trying to do in terms of improving my fitness? What am I targeting in terms of that session? My running form is not optimal. Becoming a more efficient runner is a great way to improving your speed. I know that my cadence is too slow, I overstride, my foot strike is inconsistent between different feet. So this year I want to actively work on removing some of these inefficiencies and therefore becoming a more efficient runner and therefore a faster runner. So this one might seem a bit obvious, but it's really easy to turn up to a hard track session and not push myself to the absolute limit. And you know it as soon as you get home from that session because you're starting to feel recovered just from the cool down. So at least 1 session a week, I want to make sure that I'm pushing myself into a pain cave, really suffering and pushing myself to the limit. This is very likely going to be my Tuesday track session, and I want to turn up with a mindset that I'm going to be really suffering towards the end of that session. I really want to callous myself to that feeling of being really uncomfortable, because I think it will make a big difference when I'm then going out trying to run PBs at these shorter distances. Another thing that I want to focus on is doing more shorter races. Pushing yourself to the absolute limit is so much easier when you're in a race setting. I realised this last month when I ran the Stubbington 10K, and I pushed myself way harder than I could have if I tried to run a 10K on my own. So I want to do more 5K and 10K races to try and adapt to being in that really uncomfortable pain cave that you get during a shorter race. So that's 7 things I'm going to do over the next year to try and become a faster runner. Cool, well, cheers for watching.